All right, guys. You said you wanna play football, basketball, maybe baseball. Oh, you want to be a rapper. Let's crack right into this thing, guys. All right, guys. I'm gonna talk about something. I actually have a class that I teach at a junior college, and while teaching that class, I have what they call dual enrollment students. Okay, and these dual enrollment students, they actually get college credit, and they had a 2 year junior college, and they had a school here. But let me say this right here: I am extremely impressed with these guys. These are a couple of male students, African American male students, and these guys actually, I mean, it makes me feel. I mean, we can kind of go through some of the stuff that they do here, but these guys actually embrace me coming in as a, as a contractor, teacher, role model. These guys here, they embrace every word that I say as far as learning, and sometime in class, every day is not a it's not a hands-on skill day. Some days we're sitting up and we're talking about life, the expectation of some of these guys, and these guys, I think every last one of these guys, um, they single parent, single moms are raising them. They don't have, the fathers are probably not around. I think one did say he did stay with his father, but overwhelmingly they're not with their dads, and you can kind of see what we got going on here. But these guys, they come in and they work. They work. I think the biggest thing that's crippling these guys, because right now, guys, we're looking at these guys. They are. I'm not talking about these guys here, and to a degree, if I'm not there with these guys every day, I don't. I only see them the 2 or 3 hours that I have them here with me. I don't see them outside of being with me, but they love to be busy with their hands, guys. And I'm sitting here saying today, guys, we got to get these boys, especially these minority boys. They got to get out of they got to get out of sitting in a classroom 8 hours all during the day staring at a teacher. They have a lot of energy that's in them. They got to get. I mean, yeah, some of them play sports. Well, one of these guys, two of these guys, they athletes, very good athletes. Uh, but they got to get out there and get this energy out, and they have to have somebody stimulating their brain. And these guys, I told these guys, we're doing some demolition, guys. God. I don't know if I got this right here a little too high. Let's try it down a little bit. But we got these guys, I got them in here, they were doing a little demolition for me. And they were just, I mean, when I told them about the demolition, these eyes lit up. That looks pretty good. So I had to stop them.
All right. I want you to be careful. Hold off on that right there while he's up there. Cause see, if you take that down, think about what's gonna happen. This gonna go down. What's gonna happen to him? No, just hold on. You come help him out. Come here, let me show you something. Come take. You see that right here? You can take these down. You can start hitting them that way and start taking them down for him. Hey, be careful with these right here, man. See these suckers, these nails be up. So y'all be careful with that.
Now, let me say this right here, guys. I call these guys my Thundercats. And this is why I call them the Thundercats, guys, because, they, back in the day, I grew up, and I don't know if my computer's working right now, but I grew up in a time where we had this cartoon called the Thundercats, and it looks like it's not. If you guys kind of see the way these guys are dressed, you can see how they dress. So I joke with these guys, but I call them my young Thundercats, which is, and they laugh about it as well. But they kind of dress, if you look at the Let me see. Let me see if I can see some of the. I pulled up some rappers back in the day. Yeah, there we go. This is how I call these guys the Thundercats because of the way they dress, guys. They call that the bling or there's another word for it. It's called drip now, And I talk to them, but most of these guys, this is kind of how they dress. And so I use the word Thundercats on them. So it's just, it's funny, but I joke with them and they laugh about it and they go on about their business. They go to work. And where this Thundercat thing came from, I'll tell you where it came from. Let's see if I can get this. A lot of these boys, just going to go down here. A lot of these boys, and I'm just going to be honest with you, a lot of time, a lot of these boys, when they're out there being boys, and the mom go out there and, if you got a single mom, and a lot of time you don't have a lot of male influence in the household. Let me just, typically when you don't have a lot of male influence in the household, a lot of it, and they're not sitting here watching them, a lot of times what end up happening is that the mom go out and buy them stuff, and they don't want them to mess the stuff up. Go buy them clothes, they don't want them to mess it up. So they buy them nice clothes, and they buy them clothes as, sometimes it's flashy. So it just kind of over the time, it kind of grew. And, but if you have boys, and typically when you have like boys, they don't care about that stuff. They mess that stuff up. But this is what happened in a lot of cases when you don't have a lot of male influence. These boys end up, they don't want to mess the clothes up. I made a lot of jokes on them. I said, man, when you step on the nail, you're going to mess up your Air Jordans. So this is what you have, guys. So I just kind of look at these guys here, and I just, these guys get out here, and you guys can see my shot. We tearing this down.
Play that. I play you guys some theme music, man. And the Thundercat song. Yeah, but these Thundercats, they can take stuff down, but that's
good kids, man. This guy right here is a receiver. He stands about 6'2", 6'3", long arms. I mean, golly, man, this guy could probably be one of the best receivers just around town. And I think he's aspiring to be really good in sports. Both I got another running back over here, but we got to get out of this right here. And let me just say this right here. One of the biggest problems that we have, especially in the African American community, is a lot of our boys are aspiring. Let me just see if I can get it right over here. They're aspiring to be rappers, entertainment industry, and I pulled up this article right here. It says in America, most successful black men in the media are either pro athletes or in the entertainment industry. So we're driving this thing. We're not, in sports and entertainment is a quick way to make a whole lot of money. Big money. But now, the steady money, rapping is quick money. You get real quick. I'm not saying that there's no talent in it, but guys, you can get in there, you can make money really, really quick. But the real money, in my opinion, guys, is the long term, steady. You steady working at it. And, and here's the thing, guys, men don't really reach their financial peak, or reach the peak of who they are until they're around 40, 45 years old, maybe 55, especially when you're dealing with African American community, in the African American community, without a lot of social connections that we may not have. It takes you all the way up until you're around 50, 55. So I get it, man. So you got these guys. So black males in sports, especially football and basketball, is a large phenomenon. Analyzing and challenging the different aspects, concepts, and the toxicity of these sports in regards to black men is essential. So, this is where we excel in these sports. We're athletically gifted. It is what it is, guys. But the problem here's the problem. If you really look at the percentages of the amount of African American males, guys, that make it to the NFL or make it to the NBA, but you don't even really see African American males in baseball anymore. But and that's a whole nother subject for another subject that I need to get into. But the percentages are very low. And I wish I had some numbers on this thing right here to just kind of show what the percentages are. It's very low. Because if you take the amount of African American boys out here right now, and you take the amount of African American males that play football and basketball that's on the rosters today, or the league roster today, and you divide that number by the amount of African American males right now that's in high school, the number is almost 0%. The number that you have that's going to make it to the league or make it to major professional sports is very, very small. And I did say, now here's the thing, guys. We did talk about this right here. And I did an earlier video. It was called the Davis-Bacon Act. And it was the minimum wage law. And prior to 1932, most of the African-American contractors, the government contractors, were most of the government contractors in construction were mainly African-Americans, African-American boys. These Thundercats is out here that I'm sitting here showing you pictures of the Thundercats. Well, I didn't call them Thundercats, but I'm just saying my young African-American boys, these were the ones that was out here doing the work. They were working. They were out here doing stuff. They were out here, yes, the wages were lower. They were getting paid less. But one thing they was getting more than anything, and that was experience. I think experience trumped the money. I would work for free if I can learn the trade. Now, I'm not going to be doing it for the rest of my life. I'm not going to be doing it for a long time, but I'm going to do it enough to learn it if I can get in there and learn it. But this is what this act was about. I suggest you guys go out here and look at that act again. I mean, this thing talks about how the minimum wage law. Now, if there was one racist law on the book that hurt a lot of African American males, it's the Davis-Bacon Act. We can go back and look at that, guys. And so, right now, guys, the people that's doing all the work now, the contractors, look at this right here. Look at this right here, guys. This is the Alabama Real Estate Journal, and this talks about the median age of construction workers. The median age right here in Alabama is around 41 to 42. This is their age. You can look right here. Alabama, boom, 41, 42. And this is all subcontractors. We don't even talk about the licensed subcontractors like the mechanical, electrical, plumbers. This is all the subcontractors right here, like the drywall guys, brick masons, framers, all of those guys. This is the age of them, 41, 42. These guys are in high school. Matter of fact, we don't even have anybody, the subcontractors that we have today, guys, we don't have the workforce or the people who want to go into the trades, especially in the African American community and the African American boys. We don't have these guys going into the trade to replace the guys that's already gone. And then more than likely, the ones that's 41 and 42 are not African American. And then you get into look at this right here, guys. You get into the license trade. Let me see this right here. So you get into the license trade. Look at this right here is an article from, and guys, this is a good program right here. It's called Go Bill. So we get into the license trade right here, guys, and the average age of a construction trade person today is it's 47. I don't know if that's the license trade. It looks like it says only 3% of young adults ages 18 to 25 are interested in construction trades as a career. 3%. 3%. Only 9% of the construction workforce are female. There's opportunity there as well. Let me see. For every 5 people who retire from the trades, only 1 replacement is being trained in apprenticeship programs. Now, Here's what we got to understand. I got to go full screen on this right. Here's what we got to understand. There is a scarcity in the trades, guys. I'm getting eat with this every day. I got a house right now I'm trying to get done. I can't get it done because my trade guy don't have enough people coming up that he can send out there and do the job. There are not enough people out here. Especially not African Americans. Boys, we're just not out here. We can be, but we're not out here. We don't have, the influence is not there anymore. You know, it used to be you had a dad that kind of pushed you into the trade. You learned the trade as the son, and then you took it from your dad and you took it to the next level. That mindset, kind of what I'm doing with my son. I'm trying to groom my son to be a builder, which is one reason that I'm here. But I'm trying to groom him to be a builder. So you typically had a dad that would do that with their sons. They groomed them up. But if you don't have fathers in the household, that becomes another problem. These guys here, my guys here, the young guys here, they don't have fathers in those households. This becomes a problem. This becomes a problem with these guys. We got to get the dads back. Now, a lot of people think that a lot of dads, we had a platform of Oprah and Tyler Perry and all these guys, for years, they have came online. They had a 30-year platform to just say that black men were deadbeat fathers. They didn't take care of they went out, most of them went out to go get a pack of Newport cigarettes and just never showed back up again. Left their families high and dry, nothing. So this single mom had to raise these kids by herself. Get these kids back on. Guys, we're finding out that wasn't, that's not necessarily true. And that's why, guys, even when I talk to these guys, I talk to these guys, I say, hey, man, I know, man, reach out to your father, man. You don't know what, all you know is the narrative that your mom gave you, but go out there and figure out what was going on, man. Talk to him, man. Make that connection. Now, in some cases, that was true. But in a lot of cases, that was not the truth. So we got to get these guys. These guys are going in.
These boys are going to take it on out. No, hey, y'all leave that wall right there, though. I want this wall. Can't take these kids, man, and put them in class. That wall right there.
There we go.
These boys have a lot of energy. You can't take these kids, man, and put them in the classroom all day. And just sit them in the classroom all day.
Let me say something else, guys. This is something else. See, when a boy, something else. When a young man can't sit in the classroom because he got a lot of energy, he wants to go out and do some things. He want to be doing stuff like this, or building stuff, or doing something. See, when he don't sit in the classroom and be still, they say something wrong with him, ADHD and all this kind of stuff. Something's wrong with you, man. So they want to medicate him and turn him into a zombie. This is what's going on. And not only that, these boys right here, guys, I honestly think that there is a war on masculinity. What these boys are doing right here is being masculine, tearing up stuff. This is what they need to be doing. Now, we did go through a culture where they told us, hey, man, you guys need to go to college, get you a degree, man. You can sit in the office, behind the office in some, air conditioning, and you can wear a shirt and tie every day, and you can make a lot of money, and you don't have to get your hands dirty. These boys, when you get a little older, you figure the game out, and so you go from framing to running a framing company to running a framing company to running a business, and yes, that takes time. That's when you're 55, 60 years old. And as men, guys, I have just accepted the fact that I'm going to work until I die, and I don't have a problem with it. I do not have a problem with it because I love to do what I do. And this is what these boys, look, guys, this is, to me, guys, this was an inspiration to me to
and
watch.
expect for them to just sit there and just be nice. Huh? Yeah, so now you're gonna have to get a ladder and you got to start prying this sucker right here loose, right? And once you pry this right here loose, you pulling it out, right? When you pull it off,
Your knees come right out there.
then you can take these ceiling joists off. These are ceiling joists right here. Okay?
Notice how I'm teaching it. Oh man, I should have had it over here, guys. There we go. Notice, guys, how I'm actually teaching this guy somewhat as we go. So they're actually learning. He's learning as well.
Knees come right out there.
Then you can take these ceiling joists off. These are ceiling joists right here. Okay? So you take those ceiling joists off, that's done.
All this gonna fall down anyway.
Well, you don't want it to fall down. You want to control demolition. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. When you take this off, when you get this right here is the subfloor. So when you take that off,
I put these little terms in here, so they subfloor. Guys, this is how you train.
take them ceiling joists off. Then the walls they just gonna be out there by themselves.
Right.
So you can just pop.
Easy to take down.
There you go. See, that's you want to work smart and not hard. Why don't y'all just take one down at a time? Hey, hold up.
These boys, now they will. You got to watch them now, because they hurt. You know, they can create some damage. Let's see what we got right here, guys. I tell you what, it's just guys, and we kind of got it all down here. You got his part down. You see how you got it down there? These guys work 2 hours. I had to stop them. I had to stop them from working.
What we got next?
Did you hear that? Listen to
This
that.
corner.
Listen to what he said.
This corner right here.
Get back here. Listen to what he just said.
What we got next?
He said, "What do we got next?" I want to keep going. Guys, there's nothing wrong with our new generation of boys.
This corner right here.
African American community. They just need guidance.
Just that corner right there.
What I do?
I think I'm gonna leave probably. I'm gonna leave this up for.
So first, you gonna get that.
Listen,
Do it one by one.
that's my running back right
We'll
there.
go first. Right there. We need a break. We took the whole side down. They ain't did nothing over there.
All right, guys. This is, man, I tell you what. And, man, when I talk to these guys, man, they embrace my every word. Every word I say, they embrace it. Like I said, man, it's you know, growing up in a household with your dad, I mean, it's critical. It's critical. These boys having a father in their household, it is, guys, look at here. Let me just say this right here, guys. Now, the best case scenario is to have both parents. Both parents. The next best is to be in a household, and you guys can go look at this article right there. I need to leave this right here. The next best thing is to be in a household. If you got to pick one or the other parent, it's really to be in that household. If you're a boy, you need to be in that household with your dad. I think that, guys, this is my personal opinion. I think if you got a young male at the age of maybe 7 years old, you just need to, you know, the mothers just need to give the custody over to the dad. Let the dad have it. Let the dad raise it. This is a report. It says it's extraordinarily well documented how much of a disadvantage children from single mother households have over children whose parents remain together. But less well documented is how much of a disadvantage they have over single father households. Look at this, guys. For example, studies have found that children from single mother households are 5 times more likely to commit suicide than children from both unbroken households and single father households. 9 times more likely to drop out of high school, 10 times more likely to abuse chemical substances, 14 times more likely to commit rape, 20 times more likely to end up in prison, and 32 times more likely to run away from home. The list does not stop there. Single mother households also account for 70% of all teenage pregnancies, 70% of all child murders, and they account for the majority of filicide cases. Filicide cases. Which means, yes, children living in a single mother household is the most likely to be murdered by their parents. Guys, these are the things that we need to start. I mean, you can't make this up, guys. These boys need their dads with them, guys. And what's happening is, and we've told these guys, hey man, go to college. Look at what's happening. What is the typical debt load for graduates at a 4-year public university? Look at this right here. More than 4 in 10 students at public 4-year universities complete their degree with zero debt. Nearly 8 in 10 students graduate with less than $30,000 in debt. Among those who do borrow, the average debt at graduation is $25,000 basically, or $6,480 for each year of a 4-year degree. Recent college graduate earned $22,000 more than peers. Guys, we can keep going on and on. But one thing I do know is that my Thundercats, we got to get those guys. We have to get some male influence, guys. I get it, guys. I get it. No one just automatically give men validation. You just don't get it. Just and this is why it's important for men to understand this, because my son can't learn that from my wife. My son can't learn the fact that as a man, you're gonna have to go out there and do some stuff, and you gotta build yourself up by your bootstraps. You're gonna have to work, you gotta make money, you gotta build yourself up, and then you're gonna and not unless you win a genetic lottery, or you just really, really great in some kind of sports or something like that, then you can get attention and validation from people without working hard. And well, you're working hard because you play sports, but you can get it at an early age. Most men ain't gonna get that, because you're not gonna have all the guys that can rap really, really good, or they're not gonna be able to jump up and slam a basketball in the 9th grade, or run a 4.2 40. They're just not gonna be able to do that. Most of the guys, probably 95% of the guys, not gonna be able to do that. Women, on the other hand, as long as you grow up and you hit about 15, 16 years old, and Mother Nature start going on this course, you start to immediately seek attention from the opposite sex based on how you look and not what you've done. Men don't have that luxury. These boys, man, I tell you what, man, I would these guys have worked. They will work, and they love to work, man. They love, when I'm talking to them, man, you guys should see, I wish I could just sit here and zoom in on these guys, and you can just see how they embrace my every statement that I say to try to get those guys to the next level. We got to do better, guys. We got to do better in our community. Guys, if we don't get this thing right, man, we're going to wake up. We're going to wake up. If we don't get out here and do what we need to do to build ourselves up, which we have the capabilities to do it. If we don't do it, man, we're going to wake up and be extinct. Once again, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Comment. Let me know if you got subjects you want me to talk about, but I just want to do this briefly right quick. Have a good one.